In your earbuds on the Everyday Athlete Podcast Network by Run Try Bike. I am Jason Bahamundi, which is not a name that you would relate to music, but I am here today to join Joe Harden in celebrating the Everyday Athlete Podcast Network playlist and what we have accomplished to date. We're also going to be talking about your walk-up music that you have supplied with us over the last couple of weeks, as well as our choices for our walk-up music, the music that we want to secure on this playlist as we make our way towards Javelina in October, and much, much more. So let's get started. Joe, how are you doing today, brother?
What is up? Yeah, no complaints. Doing great. Excited for another installment of What's in Your Earbuds.
It's kind of crazy how this podcast got started. And I was like, yeah, you guys do it. I don't know anything about music. I don't want to be a part of it. And yet somehow every time I produce a show, I'm like hacking away on the keyboard to tell you, oh, don't forget about this song and don't forget about that song.
Yeah, it's so funny. You've come a long way since what Pet Shop Boys to to chipping away at our playlist and getting everyone really fired up about it. So that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, I've come to realize, like, because I don't run with music, I never equate myself to listening to music. But the reality is, when I'm driving around in my car, there's music being played. I'm also 51 years old, so I've had a number of decades of having listened to music, and so it's part of it. I just don't do it when I'm running. That's the big difference.
Yeah, I'm hit or miss. I mean, some days like I just have to have something kind of, something kind of going. But I guess I kind of align with that too. I don't always run with music, but when I do, I need that song. So like I always have earbuds with me. I always have like an emergency playlist for like an ultra or like especially for training runs. It's like I kind of like to plan out my training run. Like this is the songs that I want to hear like for like a tempo work or like a long run or something. So it's always, at least I always have earbuds with me.
So that's a really good point. So do you train and want to listen to music because it'll help you with a particular workout? But then do you listen to music while you race?
Well, I don't usually listen to music while I race just because I want to be like cognizant of other people. So I try not to, and you know how it is. It's like I'm kind of there to like meet people too. So I don't want to be like kind of closed off from everybody else. But if when things get tough, especially like overnights, and you get so spread out from everybody, then I'll throw in like a little something to kind of like keep me going a little bit. But training definitely like I'll make a playlist just for like a 5K PR, or like a tempo workout or something, just to kind of give me that little extra like oomph to get through some of those like faster workouts.
Now that we have the EAPN playlist, we might have to set up another Strava Challenge 5K. Maybe, well, we are in the start of Q2, so maybe we'll do one at the end of April, beginning of May to see how people have progressed since the first one when we did back in January. And what are people listening to as they go through the process of running a 5K or racing a 5K, I guess.
Yeah, I made a playlist just for that that attempt because I've like God, like trying to PR 5K is like still the hardest thing that I've ever done. So every time.
And it's not even close, man. Like, look, I don't know what my 5K PR is, 22 minutes or something. I don't know. I have no idea what it is. But for 22 minutes, it just hurts. Like, I would much rather race an Ironman for 11 to 12 hours. I'd much rather run 100 miles in 20 hours, 25 hours than do the 5K. Like, I get it. It's over in 20 to 30 minutes for myself, but it's just so much pain. And there isn't enough music. There's not enough beat. There's not enough, lyrics that's going to get me through that time on the 5K. I don't care what anybody says to me.
Yeah, 100% agree. Like that was probably honestly, like I had a pretty full year of ultras and distance PRs, and I think that 5K PR for the run try for the club challenge we did was probably up in top 3 hardest things I did all year. It was the most painful, that's for sure.
Shout out to all the 5K athletes that you guys are doing this like every other week. Like, man, I put myself in that pain for just that one moment. in January, and I was like, I'm done with this shit. Like I had the idea, like I was gonna do one a month just to see how I progressed, and I was like, yeah, that's not gonna happen.
Yeah, that's a different breed of people that do those short fast stuff. So much respect to them for that.
I think it's what makes running amazing, right? Like in this world today where people are constantly comparing themselves to each other, and this person ran farther and they ran faster and they do appreciate the beauty of the sport of running, which is the person who's just getting started and they're run walking, the person who's racing 5Ks and finishing them in 16 minutes, and the person who's finishing them in 45, to the person who's running 100 miles. I mean, right now the Arizona 300 is going on, right? It's all running, and it's all different, but we should appreciate the differences instead of being like, well, you're not a real runner unless you do a blah, 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 blah. And it's like, man, get out of town. And if you don't like my take on it, block, mute me, unfollow. That's cool. I don't care. I'm here to celebrate people's achievements and accomplishments for their goals, right? They're not accomplishing my goals. They're accomplishing their goals. And I'm here to celebrate them.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. I think there's something cool about it, like, where there's 400 meters to 300 miles. Like, and it's so cool to like kind of gather little nuances from each of those, like distances, or like people who are just trying to stay, like, you have like backyards, or like the transcon stuff. Like, I think there's something cool you can kind of pull from each of those different kinds of athletes, and you can kind of almost like you can kind of like compile a lesson out of everything, kind of for your, like, kind of, at least it'll help me like know what I want to chase after. But I certainly can like appreciate all of those like like different facets of running.
So let's jump into the conversation about walk up music, because that's what we asked our community. And I don't recall seeing your song. So, but I think, would it be different if you were walking up to a 5K start line versus walking up to a 100-mile start line? Would you have different songs?
I Man, that's a good question, because I think I think like a quick 5K walk up song would be different than like a 100-mile walk up song. Because like a 5K, I want something that's like punches you right in the gut and just like right out of the gate gets you going. And then I think like a 100-mile walk up song, I want something that's like a nice gradual lead up, kind of leads you into it, maybe brings you up and brings you down, kind of all in the same song. So that would be really, really tough to. So a couple episodes ago, we had Chad Sullivan on, and he mentioned the Meatloaf song. I'm going to blank on this. The Straight Outta Hell, and that's like, that song is really, really long and is like perfect for like a really nice long run. So maybe something like that. Um, maybe like okay, I got it. 100-mile walk up song. Give me like Stairway to Heaven, because it leads in nice and then it gets you really, really fired up and then kind of brings you back down. And then I was thinking for like a 5K walk up song, I want to go with "We Salute You" by AC/DC. I think that's my walk up song for now. I'm sure that'll change in like 10 minutes, but
I mean, I know you have, and everybody who knows me from the Run Try Bike community knows that I'm a huge Mets fan, and Narco by Blaster Jackson, Timmy Trumpets is just the jam for me. And so if I'm walking up to a 5K, like,
that's the one, huh? Heck yeah.
like seriously, if that's me walking up to the 5K start line, I'm setting a PR. I have zero doubt about that. Like that would get me so pumped. I raced this past weekend a 50 miler that was 25 loops of 2 miles, and I was hoping that Lori would remember to play that song on the last loop so that I could just fucking gas it the whole way. But I totally forgot to remind her about that. Now, if it's a 100-miler, the song I would play is Rihanna and Jay-Z's Empire State of Mind, because in there,
Ooh.
in New York, if you can make it there, you can make it anywhere. And just, if I can make it to mile 1, then I can make it to mile 2, and I can make it to mile 100. So it'd be the kind of song that would stick in my brain throughout the course of the race. Who else submitted songs? I know Kevin Shea submitted Sia for his walk up song. Who else did you have on the list?
Santino Williams put a really good song on there. The Lonely Bull by Herb Alpert and the Tijuana Brass. It's a really, really good song. So thank you, Santino. I know we had a few on threads that I didn't get a chance to add, but hopefully this will get everybody refired up for that. Like I said, I want people to, if I forget your song, please reach out to me. I'll fix it. And so yeah, we had that. And obviously we have some big news on the, I won't steal your thunder on that, but we have some big news of the playlist too, which is really exciting. But
yeah, I mean, between you and Derek from a couple of weeks ago, you guys have really pushed the amount of time that is on our playlist, which is exactly at 24 hours and 0 minutes as of April 7th, 5:13 p.m. Pacific time. Like literally 24 hours and 0 minutes. Amazing. Like, what are the chances?
Yeah, we've got 24 hours on the money, 29 saves. Actually, we're up some saves too. And we have 21 collaborators on this now, which is awesome. Yeah, Derek really, really went heavy into the playlist, and I appreciate that. And yeah, we're there 24 hours. I didn't think we'd be here this early, so
I mean, this community is showing up for us, dude. Like they are just like adding songs left, right, and center, or they're commenting and you're adding the songs to the point where we thought we would be, close to 24 hours come Halloween in October. But now we're like, okay, we're going to get to the golden hour and 30 hours of music between now and October, which honestly, at this pace, we're going to be way past that. We might have a Cocodona 250, Moab 240, Arizona 300 playlist before you know it.
Oh man, that'd be so awesome. Yeah, we might have to take it to that if we get past this golden hour.
Let me ask you this. Let's presume, so we'll use me as an example. I did Cocodona in 110 hours, somewhere around there. So like 4.5 days. Do you think you could put that playlist on if it had 4.5 days worth of music and not press repeat? Like you'd listen to it from song 1 till the end without repeating a song.
It'd be cool if we could get to that point, but I'd be like, I'd be hard to, if you really find something you really like want to dwell on, to keep going back to that. But I think I think I'm capable of doing that, and I bet. I mean, if you can listen to the same song for 4 hours, I think maybe I can at least try.
Yeah, but I'm an idiot, dude. Like
that still blows my mind. Like obviously, I'd probably like end up like dissociating from the song after a while, but hats off. Wow. I think about that. That you listening to that song for 4 hours lives rent free in my mind a lot.
All the accomplishments I have on my resume, this is the thing at the top of the list.
Oh man.
I tell you what, though, like, it wasn't as hard as I expected it to be, because the music fades to the background and you don't pay attention to it until you're struggling, and then all of a sudden it like jumps to the forefront and you're like, why am I still listening to this? I've got to turn this off.
Yeah, I've had that happen before where I had to play, I had earbuds in during like an ultra, and I like totally forgot that I was listening to music till like it started beeping that it was about to die. I was like, oh yeah, I'm listening to music still.
But so I'm going to say this. I don't think that I could listen to 4 to 5 days of only one song playing without going back. Like I think that I would hit a downside or something that I really need to get pumped up, and I'd be like, oh, I remember that song from 3 days ago or something, and I'd have to go back to it. I don't know that I could do that.
Yeah, same. I'm sure that would happen to me. Like, I really need to hear like this song that I heard. I've never been that spend that much time on my feet, but I've had that happen with playlists. Like I'll be struggling, like, oh, I need to hear like this song that I heard like 2 hours ago or something. So I'm assuming that probably happened to me. You need like a good like kind of an emergency song to get you to, like pull you through.
Yeah, like what was that show with Regis Philbin? Uh, Call a Friend or whatever.
Oh
You know,
yeah, yeah.
oh, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire was the name of the
the
show, and you had to, phone
the
a friend.
life the lifeline or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. So, dude, we're coming up with a game, right? Like the next 50 miler, 100 miler, you could play the song, but the rule is like your phone a friend is you can only bring one song back at one time only, and see if we could make it through. Like, who's as dumb as I am? Who wants to participate in this?
Oh
I've
man, yeah.
I've noticed we haven't gotten any takers, including you, on listening to the same song while running in a 1 mile loop for how many ever hours you can take it.
I know I've had this conversation a few times where I've talked about what you did, and I was like, at some point I'm gonna have to like pay my dues and like because I feel like I put you up to it, and then I still haven't fulfilled my side of this. So eventually I'm owed 4 hours plus of whatever song. I mean, I think it'd be fun to take it to the community and see what they would come up with.
When's is Hustle in the Heartland? That's a looped event, timed event, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. 8 hours.
So your own event, are you going to be participating in your own event, or are you going to
I,
be
I
having a race director and stand on the sideline?
I think I'm gonna be on the sidelines for that,
Okay.
trying to keep the vibe going. But I do have a backyard coming up, but it's grind on the grid, and it's like a run club. So it's like it's like 40 of my friends running a backyard. So it'd be almost be impossible to listen to music for grind on the grid. But
Oh, but dude, I was running and talking to people. I was out there too. I mean, the song was there. I would still talk to it. It was a great distraction, help pass the time for sure. We're gonna have to figure this out and
yeah,
get something going. We'll put it
yeah,
out to the we'll put it out to the Run Try Bike community and get them to pick your song the same way they
heck
sort
yeah,
my song.
yeah. I'm up for it. Yeah, I've got 8 hours, and I have an 8 hour coming up. 8 hours in Brown County soon too. So that'd be a good spot for that.
There you go.
Yeah,
Is
I'd be up for that.
is it a single looped event or is it a point to point or out and back?
It's you can like pick between like a 2 mile trail and a 3 mile trail. So my plan was to like do the 2 mile, do the 3 mile, like kind of back and forth.
Like
So that's
alternate?
good. So yeah, yeah, I'd be down for that.
All right, we're gonna have to
I owe it to you.
put that in the show notes. So pick Joe's song. I'm writing it down. I'll add it to the show notes so we can get the community engaged in this conversation. Um, One thing I'm a little disappointed in is the playlist in and of itself does not have enough hip hop and rap on it. So I've written down Fat Joe, Tribe Called Quest,
Ooh, nice.
you know, and look, dude, I was born in 73, so there's gonna be a lot of 80s and early 90s stuff that I'm gonna
Heck
start
yeah.
popping in there. But I need the Run Try Bike community to show up with some of their favorite hip hop songs, favorite rap songs. Let's add that stuff in there because the list is eclectic. It's just missing a lot of hip hop from the playlist.
Yeah, it's missing a lot of. There's a big gap there. So yeah, bring those. That'll get us to 30 hours alone. Just let's just get some hip hop going.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many artists, I mean, we don't even, there's like, I don't even think I saw Kendrick Lamar on that playlist. And I mean, he's one of the biggest things going right now.
Yeah, yeah, we certainly need, especially after Super Bowl. I can't believe they didn't come up after Super Bowl, but
Yeah. The story of you coaxing me into doing this looped event with one song reminds me, did I ever tell you the story of how I got into triathlon?
no, no. Let's hear that.
So a number of years ago, must have been about 2009, 2010. I don't remember exactly, but I moved to Dallas, Texas, and I was playing in a co-ed softball league. And a couple of the teammates were like, "Hey, we just registered for this sprint triathlon in Grapevine, Texas, called Pedal, Paddle, and Pound. And I was like, well, what's a triathlon? And they said, well, you swim, bike, and run, and it's 300 meters of swimming, and I don't know, 12, 15 miles of cycling, and a 5K run. And I had already run half marathons and was already running, and I was like, I'd love to do that. So I registered for it, and I got into this thing and pretended to swim train. I had no clue what I was doing, like zero clue whatsoever. And like a week before the race, I'm like, are you guys ready? Have you been training for this event? And they were like, oh, we didn't register for it. So here I am.
I basically did this. I basically did that same thing to you. I was like, "Do this," and then I still haven't. I
Yeah,
still
like
haven't done.
the front of my shirt says, sounds like a terrible idea. What time? And then the back of my shirt is like, why didn't you do it too?
Oh man, that's great. Oh
I
wow.
think, like, I mean, I guess when you think about it though, right, dude, like music is meant to move you and create emotion. And I think that's sort of my philosophy in life too, which is go live a good life and create emotion and create stories. Um, sometimes those stories make you cry, other times they make you laugh like you just did. But I think that's the whole point of it, right? And isn't that the point of music? And when you're listening to it, you're gonna have different emotions. Would you agree?
Oh yeah. I love when music, like you said, it can shift your attitude one way or the other. But I love it when you just like you don't think you could have a good day, and you hear like a song or like a part of a song, and it like just totally changes like the trajectory of your entire day. Like, and music's just like so powerful that way. It's like you could be like really really deep, and you like no way I'll get out of this, and then like something you'll hear like this little part of the song like remind you of something or like take you somewhere or make you think about like a perspective or something. And just like I think it's just so beautiful how like think about a song is just like sounds. Like it's so wild that it's just like sound can be so powerful. And songs just yeah, I mean I agree.
Shout out
Absolutely.
to Michelle Cape Cod Fit and Ruth Stewart for joining us on Instagram. Thank you for being
Hello.
here. Drop your favorite song so we can add it to the Everyday Athlete Podcast Network playlist. So, dude, you're not just a runner. You do a lot of other things, and we are business partners with RTB Awards. When you're in the shop, do you put music on when you're in the shop? And if so, what kind of music are you listening to?
Oh yeah, yeah. My woodworking playlist, my shop playlist is totally different. Like I'll listen to a lot of
It's a whole
like
lot of
blue.
Bob Ross.
It'll be yeah, random like I listen to a lot of Devil Makes Three and like some like kind of like underground bluegrassy stuff in the shop. Yeah, like I'm not even the same musical person woodworking that I am running. Yeah, it's wild. I'm like I almost have like an alter ego when there's sawdust around me. So it'll be like I'll listen to some like kind of like high lonesome bluegrass stuff to like rockabilly stuff. Like it's really really random what happens in that shop.
Is it more mellow? Is that music
It's
more mellow?
yeah, it's more mellow. It's always more mellow.
Yeah, I mean, you
Yeah,
got table saws and machinery happening. I guess you got to keep your fingers, you get fired up, lose a digit.
yeah. You don't want hype music when you've got spinning blades all around you.
We're sending out awards and there's like splattered blood on it. I think we can only send this to the Georgia death race.
Literal blood, sweat, and tears, right?
Cassie thinks you're just singing to the song. Meanwhile, you're crying and your fingers bleeding out.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, yeah. She has to put up with a lot of really obscure music coming out of that shop. I forgot what I was listening to the other day. It was like kind of dark, and I think it might have been some like solo Eddie Vedder. And I walk from the shop in the house, and Kess's like, "You going through something out there?" It's just like, oh yeah,
I'm
I,
just
I,
processing my feelings. Don't worry about it.
dealing with feelings and staining right now.
So, is there a third personality? Like when you get in your car, do you listen to a third type of music while you're driving?
Yeah, so like my car will be more like metal and like kind of more hardcore rap. And what's really funny is I'll do like Metal Mondays or like Wu Tang on Tuesday. I don't know like Wu Tang on Wednesday, I think is what I said before. But yeah, it's really it. Yeah, like I almost like put I change like a change of the hat when it comes to where I'm at in different places and different music. But maybe that's why my Spotify playlist is so confused.
Dude,
But
I love it. So like Metal Monday as an METAL, I get that. And we could have, so we got Wu Tang Wednesday. Could we have Tribe Called Quest Thursday?
oh, I would love that. Yeah,
Right? Like you could create playlists behind all of this stuff. It would be amazing. Taylor Swift Tuesday.
Taylor
Do
Swift.
we have an
Yeah,
F? We need an F and a double and two S's at this point, but we'll come up with it.
oh,
And then you could just then you'd have it all, dude.
that'd be
Spotify would be
amazing.
so whacked. They'd be like, I don't know what to do with this guy.
Yeah, I like to keep it on its toes. That's for sure.
You know, interestingly enough, ever since this show started on our network here, I have been listening to way more Latin hip hop than I can ever remember, and like I don't know the words. And honestly, I always tell Lori this: like, I don't know that Latin music. You really need to know what the words are because you can just feel the beat and the rhythm. And so now when we drive, right, I click on, normally I'm listening to the radio, but then I'll put on Spotify if we get into an area, or Bruno Mars comes on for like the 77th time in the last 10 minutes. I'm like, I've had enough of you, Bruno. I got to go somewhere else. I put on Spotify and listen to the Latin music. So this will be the first year that I don't even know what they call it. Is it called like Spotify Rewind or something? It'll be interesting to see what it says you've been listening to the most, because Latin hip hop is going to be
Oh
at the
yeah,
top, but then there's going to be a whole bunch of other stuff in there because our playlist is on there too.
yeah. Yeah, I can't wait to see your rap now that you're like kind of getting the swing of Spotify. It'd be cool to see what your rap says. And I agree. Like you had sent me some like Latin pop music a few months ago, and like I said, I don't know what they're saying, but I know that this was making me happy. So, and I think that's what's cool about some of the stuff that's been on there that's like Hungarian or Greek or whatever. It's like I don't know what they're saying, but I know that I know what they're trying to get across, and that's to be like happy or like even makes you feel a certain way when you don't even know, even if you don't speak that language. I think that's just so cool about the playlist and like about music in general.
Shout out to Queen the Mom Sheen for joining us. Alicia Lay was our cover story for our last digital magazine. She's going to be joining us on a fireside chat later this month. Alicia, you have to pick a walk-up song for your next running, cycling, or professional bodybuilding event. What's the song that you're going to be asking the arena to play as you walk up to the start line? Let's see if we can get a live answer to our
Oh
question.
yeah, yeah. This is a goal for watching your earbuds to get alive.
Well, all it took was the non-music guy to join in on the conversation.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, we've had a lot of live commentary. Not stuff that's repeatable here.
Oh man, like I'm really gonna be intrigued by the whole Spotify Wrapped, and I can't wait to see what we get from the community at the end of this year, based on the eclectic list of songs that is in that playlist. Like you start scrolling through there, there is some stuff in there that like who's listening to this and when. Like I want to know when and why that song is the one that
Oh,
you're like that. I need to listen to that right now. It's amazing.
oh, I love that. Yeah, because um, one of the things that always if I see someone running or cycling or whatever it may be, I always like I'm always like I wonder what they're listening to right now. If I see earbuds, I wonder what they're listening to. I wonder why they're listening to it.
Yeah.
Man, that brings up a good point. It'd be kind of cool to like to ask and then add those songs to playlists too. Like, tell me why this is your song for, a rainy day, like a rainy day run, or because I have like rainy day music. I have like wintertime music because I like to like use music as like a vessel to like take me out of whatever crappy condition you might be running in. But
Yeah.
it'd be kind of cool to know those things because that's something I always wonder when I hear someone listening to music or see them listening to music, like kind of what drives them to that.
So Alicia has answered the question. Artist Alex Jean or Jean, depending on how you pronounce it. Matthew 1810. She said Christian rap would be the walk up music for her for an event. So we've got to add
Nice.
that
Thank
to
you.
the playlist.
That's going on the list.
Yeah, and that'll push us over 24 hours. That'll be the song that pushes us over
Nice.
24 hours on our EAPN playlist, which
That's
is
it.
amazing.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. I cannot believe we're here already with that. So I'm excited for the golden hour challenge. This is awesome.
Yeah, it'll be really cool to see what, especially we'll put it out to the community. What song is a mood song for you, right? Like what mood are you in when you listen to this song? And we can talk about that on the next What's in Your Earbuds and
Heck yeah.
bring that to the playlist and just keep adding to it. Because honestly, for those of you that are in the RTB community, contributing to the playlist or not, thank you so much for being a part of our community. I think the difference in music that we see on that playlist is indicative of the difference in the people that are in our community who are looking to help each other out, looking to lift each other up, not looking to gatekeep and tell somebody you're not fast enough or strong enough or fit enough or whatever enough to be an endurance athlete, because we all have different goals. We're all at different points in our life, doing different things. And the one thing that does tie us all together is endurance sports and supporting each other. So appreciate you all for being here and being a part of our community and getting us to the 24-hour number on the playlist and soon to be 30 hours on the playlist.
Yeah,
So
amazing.
one last question for you, Joe, before we sign off on this episode, which by the way has been a blast. Like again, the non-music listening runner talking about music is fascinating to me. When you're not just a master woodworker, you're also a master chef. Is there music that you put on when you're in the kitchen chopping up that tofu and making your salads and vegan burritos?
Oh, what did I turn on the other day when I was cooking? It was very brief. Oh wow. Okay, the last time I listened to music while cooking, I was listening to the Nirvana Unplugged album. I guess to give you a window, and I believe I was making black bean burgers for that. Yeah, yeah,
So do you watch have you seen the movie Chef with John Favreau and oh my goodness, John Leguizamo?
yeah. It's phenomenal too.
Yeah, I've got to pull songs from that and drop that
Oh yeah, it did
on
have
our
good
list
songs.
because that movie is awesome. And it's one of my favorites, and it would absolutely be one of those things that you would listen to while cooking these days.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that does have a good
Here's a
soundtrack.
song from the movie.
Yeah, I'd be down for that.
I'm gonna have so much Latin music on this playlist before you know it, dude.
Heck yeah, bring it.
It reminds me of my dad so much. Listening to Latin music, and every Friday night at our parents' house or maybe a relative's house, there was always a party. Always, always, always a party. Family and friends, and the music and dancing would go on for hours. And so I will have to go back and start adding that music, and because you guys are my friends and family now, and share the music of my youth with you guys at this point.
Oh man, I love that. It's like a window into like kind of where you're from. I think that's kind of cool though.
Yeah. By the way, I mean hip hop was invented in the Bronx,
That's
so
right. Yeah, yeah.
I'm angry at myself for not having more hip hop on the playlist just because of that. For that reason. Well, hey, dude, you got any parting words for us before we sign off on this latest episode of What's in Your Earbuds?
Yeah, I guess not maybe not party words, but just one word. It's like gratitude. I just like this was just something that we collected, I mean, not just to one people, like now it's been many people that have been a part of what's in your earbuds. And it was just kind of an idea that we were playing around with. And I think it's just been so wild, something we're just having fun with. And that just shows you that, if you're having fun, then it works. How well this has gone. Just an idea that we were just kind of having fun with. And it's been so cool to see all these songs. And like I said, I love the diversity that exists in the playlist already, and I can't wait to see that grow even more on the playlist. So I'm really fired up. So just thank you, I guess, is my parting word.
Yeah, and I will reiterate what Joe just said. Thank you so much for being a part of the Run Try Bike community, for adding to the Everyday Athlete Podcast Network playlist. It really does show the diversity of the people who contribute and participate with us. And even if you're on the outside looking in, but you're getting value from it, thank you for being a part of our community. We appreciate you sharing your time with us. Time is the greatest gift that you can give to anybody. And by you giving your time to us, you are giving us a great gift. So thank you very much for joining us on this latest episode of What's in Your Earbuds. And we'll see you in a